Hi, welcome to Stretch and Strength. I'm Mira with Battery Dance, and we're about to start a 30-minute session where we'll do some Pilates, yoga, stretching, that kind of thing. Before we start, please make sure you have a nice cleared out space. You might want some padding. We'll do some exercises on our hands and knees and lying down. You could use a blanket or a yoga mat or something like that. Let's find our feet right underneath our hip joints so they're not too wide, about 2 fists widths apart. And the second toe is pointing forward. And let's just settle our weight down into our feet. You can shift weight back and forth. We're feeling our feet spread out on the ground. Let's bend our knees a little bit while we do that, making our feet wide on the ground. We can stretch our knees, not locked, but just a little bit stretched. Center our pelvis over our feet. Our chest goes over our pelvis, and our head is over our chest, so we're stacked nice and easy. Let's roll our shoulders up and back. Notice your shoulder blades as you're doing this. Feel them gliding down. It should feel nice, hopefully. Good, relaxing our shoulders down, feeling the shoulder blades slide down. Let's take some big breaths into the abdomen. Filling the whole thing with air. You'll feel your tummy expand, your ribs will expand. The back of your spine can expand. Your sides can expand. Drawing the waist a little bit narrower, we're going to circle the head. Slowly stretching the neck. Reverse the direction. Chin and jaw are parallel to the ground, gliding the head forward and back just a little bit. You can go in front of your center line, but you can also go a little behind. If you can, a little side to side. Loosening up the head, right? A little wider with the feet, soft bend in the knees. Now we're going to take a circle that includes the shoulders. We're trying to keep our pelvis stable while we're doing this. Our shoulders can just hang in the direction that gravity pulls them. Switch the direction. Make it feel good. Make the whole class feel good. Do what you need to do to make the whole class feel good. This is not a punishment. It should be you treating yourself. Bring your feet back underneath us. One arm goes up with the thumb pointing backwards. The shoulder blade is still relaxed down. The clavicles make a straight line. We'll go up and over, sucking in the tummy, stretching, tractioning the side body, and pressing down through the opposite foot. Big breath into your side ribs. One more. Other arm goes up. We're reaching up through our head, not so much the shoulder or the hand. Now the head reaches up and over. Tractioning the other side of the body, suck it in your tummy to lengthen the lower back. We don't want to arch the back. Big breath. Down through the opposite leg. Good, now stepping wide again. We're gonna make giant circles and include our arms. When we go forward, we can bend our legs and sweep the floor. Up, drawing huge circles around our body. And the gravity gives us a little momentum when we hit the bottom of the circle. Whoosh. One more this direction. Whoosh. And think of making the circle not just with your hands, but your head and your body. We want the shoulder blades to be relaxed. Put your attention on the shoulder blades again. Ride the momentum down. Whoa, can be fun. Good. With your feet underneath you, let's just do a double bounce, a little light bounce. So we're just giving the backs of the ankles a little stretch. Always we're gonna keep the ribs closing a little bit and the belly button closing a little bit, like the abdomen is braided in towards the spine. Just a bit of attention there. We don't want to feel like we have to walk around with flexed abs or anything like that. Getting a bend in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. 2 more. And is your head above your feet? Now we're going to take a roll down, and feel free to bend your knees when you stretch forward, since we haven't stretched our hamstrings yet. First relax the head, then the shoulders. We're trying to make space in the back of the spine. And you can touch your shins, you can bend your knees. It's okay if you can't touch the ground yet. Big breath here. Dump all the tension out of the top of your head. Like we're opening a faucet and we can let all the brown water just pour out. Keep the knees soft. Tuck the tailbone, curve the low back, middle back, upper back, shoulders, neck and head, stack up. Again, we go forward. You can breathe out. Shoulders and head are hanging loose. Bend the knees, roll up, tuck the tailbone, lower, middle, upper. We're trying to stack our hips as we come up, because the tendency is for the hips to go behind us, so we're going to try and stack them over the feet as we roll up. Again, we go head, neck, shoulders, keeping your weight forward. Bend your knees if you need to. Then press into the feet. Go down through the tailbone, and we're going to try and stack the hips over the feet as soon as possible. It activates the legs more. One more time. Bend your knees a lot and put your palms down on the ground. Plug in your shoulder blades and walk out to a plank really easy like. Bend the knees, really gentle walk back. Bend your knees as you roll up. So this one has more knee bends to it. We're gonna bend the knees as we roll forward. Kind of suction cup kind of palms. Suck in your tummy as you go out to a plank. Plug in your shoulder blades. Bend the knees, walk back, and then tuck the tail to roll up. Again, roll forward, hands down, walking out, suck in your navel a lot, narrow waist, come back. Waking the body up, forward, walk it out. Plug in the shoulder blades, lengthen the back of the neck, pull your pubic bone towards your ribs for 3 breaths. Getting warmer. Put the knees down. Let's find our all fours position. Spread your weight out through all the knuckles of the hand so our wrists don't get too much weight. Pull your shoulder blades in, head is long. There's one long line between your head to your tailbone. Chest rolls forward. We go arch, breathe in. Shoulders go away from the ears. And then tuck the tailbone to do a curve and look at your thighs. Feet can be pointed or flexed, whatever. Chest rolls forward. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Tuck the tailbone. Belly hollows and we look at our thighs. Chest rolls. Feel those shoulder blades. Throughout this whole time, they get a nice glide around the rib cage. So we don't want them to come too much up towards the ear. We want them to glide around the rib cage to the back and around the rib cage to the front. One more time. Again, make it feel good. Good. Here we are back on our all fours. We're gonna try and just drop the sternum through the shoulder blades and then push it away. And the spine doesn't change this time. The spine is just relaxed and straight. Shoulder blades right around the torso and come up. And try to lengthen the back of the neck as you go down. The tendency is to let the neck and head drop. One more time. So this really gets the shoulder blade muscles working. Now when you push away, stay away. Put one foot behind you, suck in your tummy, lift your belly wall and your foot at the same time, then put it down. Find your flat tabletop, neck is long. Other leg goes behind, lift your belly wall and your back heel. One more time, just the legs. I'm totally square. Lift the belly wall and the foot. Straighten the knee if you can. It's pretty hard. Other foot. And again, spreading the weight of your body through the knuckles of the hand. Good. Let's take a child's pose for a minute to give our wrists a break. Big breath into your back body. Puff up your whole back. Including the back of the pelvis, including the back of the lower spine. Back up to all fours. Suck in your tummy, close the braid, the torso in, the abdomen in. Put one hand down on the ground. Lift it without changing anything else. Shoulders are wide away from the ears. Put the edge of the hand down. Bring it back in. Edge of the hand goes down. Shoulders are broad. Let's push the shoulders away. We almost want to feel like we're suspending the shoulders, like hovering above the ground. Otherwise, we can kind of get to this like heavy sunk place. One arm goes out. Opposite leg goes back. Lift your belly wall and your hand and foot at the same time. Touch the ground, come back. Hand and foot touch the ground, shoulders are wide. Lift the hand, foot, and tummy. Let's do one more time each side. First we just touch and feel the alignment. Long line from toe to head to hand. Big breaths. Nice, guys. Let's just swivel around. Let's bring our legs to cross position, hands on the knees. And let's just circle the chest around the hips, around the pelvis. It's easy to go in front. Make sure you're also trying to go a little behind your pelvis and trying to relax the shoulders. As we go around, again, put your attention on your shoulder blades. They're always having some kind of a little glide, a little ride. We want to feel the back edges of the shoulder blades. Sitting up tall. And this will be a loose cross leg. We'll walk our hands forward and just relax. Get a gentle side of the hip stretch. Relax the shoulders and the back of the neck. Puff up your whole back body with air. Sit up, switch the cross of the legs, walk your hands forward, and relax here. our feet out in front of us. Feet are flexed. Let's try to sit up very tall. Sometimes our body wants to slump behind what would be a straight line. So I'm gonna feel my sit bones. I'm gonna sit really tall, up high on my sit bones. Let's have our hands face each other and wrap. Feel the lower borders of the shoulder blades slide down and a little together. See if you can tuck the pelvis in this position without changing the rest of the spine. Tuck the pelvis, and then we're gonna roll just a little bit down, and then we'll come back up. Breathe in. Breathe out, hollow the stomach. Shoulder blades slide down. When we go back, the belly button will scoop in. Shoulder blades will slide down. And let's feel our inner thighs, imaginary pressure into the center. So we're just activating our inner loop here. I feel my inner thighs and my stomach, especially my lower stomach, working in the shoulder blades down. And one more time, we're gonna roll all the way down to lying down this time. And when you get there, you can bend your knees. Feel the shoulder blades press into the mat. Fingertips will go long. They'll come up and over your head without arching the back or opening the ribs. We'll just bring the arms overhead. Now push through the air to bring them down. Notice your collarbones. Are they relaxed? They'll be spinning up. They'll be rolling up. And then they'll be gently rolling down, and the shoulders are getting a little stretch. Up and over the head. And down. Just bring your arms out to a T. Let me scoot a little more mid-frame. And relax them here. Even just this simple laying in a T sometimes can really help open the chest. Lets our chest and armpits kind of relax into the spine and the ribs. Bring your arms off the ground, hovering off the ground. One arm comes around over the head and the other one goes below. So now we're tracing a circle just off the ground around our body. This is a nice little shoulder girdle stretch and activation. The next time one arm goes overhead, both of the knees will sway away from the arm that's up, and you look towards the arm that's up. Now belly button sucks back towards the mat. We go through the center T, and then we go other side. Sway away from the up arm, through the middle. Look to the up arm, but there's always space around your head. We don't want to crowd our face with our shoulder. And the belly button pulls me back. Up and over, pulling back. And we feel a little twist, and the shoulder's gonna stretch, and our middle is working as well. Nice, guys. Let's roll over to one side with the knees bent and the hands stacked, and we'll do pinwheel. So we'll draw a huge circle around us, and then down through the bottom. And when the arm goes up and behind us, we're not gonna arch our back. We're gonna get long from the head to tail. Take some big breaths if you like. Let's reverse the direction. And follow the journey of your shoulder blade of the arm that's circling. It's gliding, it feels really nice. Good, either roll away from the camera, or you can, if you want to keep facing the camera, we can kind of just flip-flop to the other side. So we're on our side with the knees bent and the palms stacked. We're drawing a big circle around our body, pinwheel. Notice your shoulders, shoulder blade. Notice your spine. Notice your breathing. And even here, my tummy is braiding in a little bit. If I keep my abdomen pulling in a little bit, it will help me lengthen my spine. Let's reverse the direction. And it will help me keep my back from overarching, which could put pressure on my lower back. So a little bit of support through the belly button. Try not to hit the armchair. Anyhow, good. Come onto your back. Let's do a few bridges. So your feet should be under your sit bones, not too far, like 6 inches away, and they're narrow. Your sit bones are narrow. Palms are down. First, let's braid in our abdomen. Some closing here. Let's take some breaths here and ground the shoulder blades. Inflate, and then when we deflate, we can narrow the waist and braid into the midline. One more big breath here. Now we're gonna tuck the tailbone. Tailbone's gonna peel up towards the sky, and one vertebra at a time, we're rolling into a bridge. Don't go too far, just go to the point where your spine's straight. Sometimes we wanna go too far and go into an archy spine. That makes your lower back flex. We want the lower back to be like hanging off of your knees and pelvis. That's how we get traction to lengthen our spine. So the knees are going out in front of you, and your hips and pelvis are pulling towards your knees. Then I'm gonna try and relax my chest. This is a lot of work already. Breathing in and breathing out, relax your sternum down to the ground. Then your upper back, then your middle back, and then your lower back. Let's do a few more. Breathe in. Blow the tailbone up. Blow the middle back, blow the lower back. Squeeze an imaginary ball between your knees. Drag your pelvis forward, spine is long, like we're hanging off of a giant bridge. And relaxing what's this called? The sternum. Let's do one more. You can definitely feel your butt and the backs of your legs working, huh? Peeling it up, and we're giving our spine a really nice stretch here. Really kick in the glutes. You can touch your butt to see if you're working all the way, and then we're just gonna lift one foot just 2 inches off the ground and press your shoulder blades down and see if you can relax your throat. Your hips won't be quite as high as when we were in the bridge. So feel your feet grounding and the backs of your shoulder blades grounding, and we're trying to keep our hips level as possible, but it's obviously difficult. And try and have a relaxed space in the front of your throat. One more time. Bring your body down, hug your knees, rock back and forth. This is like my favorite thing to do. Just rock back and forth. It feels so good. Big breath here. Let's do some toe taps, and then we'll do some rolling like a ball, and then maybe some more stretching to finish off. So we're gonna find our, let's find our spine all the way down on the ground. We'll eliminate the lower back curve for now. And we're gonna braid our abdomen in. Hands are down, shoulder blades are grounded. And then we'll bring our knees to tabletop. We're lowering, without changing the bend of the knee, we're lowering a toe towards the ground. You may make it. You go as far as you can until your back wants to start arching away from the ground. So you might tap the floor all the way. Or if you're not able to, then you just do a little lower and then braid the waist to come back up. We're still breathing. So when your foot goes away from you,
your belly button goes closer to the ground, you're imagining. Because naturally it's going to want to arc away from the ground, so we want to counteract that. Just a few more. This really gets our whole abdomen working really strong. Let's do 2 more. Good, guys. Hug your knees. Back to my favorite thing. I want to like dub this something. I want to call it lazy egg. Grab the backs of your thighs and just rock up to sitting. Let's try rolling like a ball. In rolling like a ball, we're keeping our spine curved like the bottom rocker of a rocking chair. So we're gonna sit up tall. We're going to keep our knees parallel, and we're gonna hover one foot off the ground, grab the shin, and hover the other foot, grab the shin. We're gonna curve the spine and look down at the thighs. And then pull your hands towards you and the elbows go broad. We need to keep our head tucked the whole time, otherwise I'm not a very good rocking chair bottom if I'm like this. And I'm trying to lengthen this part of my back. Of course it's hard. We breathe in, we go back, only rock it back as far as your shoulder blades, and then to come up, and we try to balance. Breathe in to roll back, and then breathe out, push down to the lower ribs. Stay looking down the whole time. Don't throw your head back. Oof, it's hard to balance. A few more. We're like giving our spine a massage. A few more times. Shoulder blades. Find your shoulder blades again. I didn't make it that time. Shoulder blade, the bottom tips are going down. Let's just do 2 more. I've been practicing this a lot because it's actually very hard for me to get my spine curved all the way. Good, put your feet down. Nice work, guys. Take your feet in front of you, hands behind, lift the heels, sway the knees to one side, and then the other. And we'll try and push up out of the shoulders. My tendency is to like sink down here. Very shoulder blade focused today, aren't I? Sway your knees to one side, double stag, put the hand behind you. If this is already a stretch, then stop there. If it's not, lower down to your elbow. Everybody squeeze your butt together a lot, especially the butt cheek that's of the forward leg. You'll be getting a quad stretch. Circle the arm, breathe in. And again, you can follow the journey of your shoulder blade. And not just this one, also the one you're resting on. How is that one stabilizing you? And my abdomen is gonna braid in so that I don't get a big back arch, which is what I would normally like to do. Switch to the other side. Double stag, hand behind. Stay here or drop to the elbow. Squeeze your butt. Lift the bottom sit bone of the leg that's stretching. Feel your shoulder blades gliding, pressing down. And your abdomen braids in. This to me feels really good. I hope it feels really good to you too. Good, and let me just check how much time we have left, because I feel like we're coming, yeah, we just have about a minute left, which is good, we're in good shape. Let's take a little straddle stretch. This is gonna be sometimes really tender for people in the inner thighs, and just lean forward on your hands or your elbows. Let's flex and point our feet, just to add a little bit of the back of the legs stretch to this. Again, try to have your shoulder blades in a place that's supported, not a place that's high up to your ear. Hi, there's my daughter. Then let's sit up. We'll put one foot to the inner thigh. Opposite hand goes to knee. We sit up tall, extend thumb back, and stretch over the extended leg. And let the traction of pulling away from the knees pull your shoulders away from your ears. Then we get a stretch in lot of things. Legs, side, hip, shoulders, neck. Track your spine. What's the shape of your spine right now? Can you feel the back of it? Don't arch your back. Come up. Other side. I've been really enjoying this stretch lately. Opposite hand to shoulder, reaching up, head arcs up and over, and let the knee, the pull of the hand on the knee, pull your shoulders away. And unarch the lower back. Even here, we can braid the abdomen in. And gently coming out of it. How are you feeling? I'm feeling better than when we started. Maybe give a little shimmy shake. Just stand up, check in with your body. Hopefully you feel longer, hopefully a little bit stronger, maybe more connected to your breath. Thank you for joining me, and I'm here every Friday at 9 a.m. There's also a really long back catalog of the classes that I've been teaching on Battery Dance's YouTube page. If you are able to, you can donate to batterydance.org. Thank you, bye.